It's the Terry Sullivan Show. Today's guest, owner of the Human Bean, Bill Walton. And featuring Rich Lloyd and the Not a Real Band. And now, Terry Sullivan.
How you doing over there?
I'm good.
You playing good today? You must have gotten sleep last
Thank
night.
you. You know what? I woke up at like 4 this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Have you had coffee? Because I got coffee over here. If you need coffee.
If it's black, I'm all done.
Well, it's not black, so it's good for me. It's good to have Bill Walton. Bill, it's
Nice
good
to meet
have
you.
It's nice to meet you. It's good to have you. I got to tell you, though, those legs are a little white. They're going to hurt somebody now. We're going to hurt somebody out there. Bill, it's good to have you here today on the show.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk all about your coffee business, the Human Bean. And by the way, I go there just about every morning, so
That's great.
I'm well aware of it. Yeah. So, but we're going to talk about it in a minute. But first, you're from New York originally.
Actually, I was born in New York.
Born in New York.
When I left, I was 2. So
I got you.
grew up kind of in Chicago, in the Midwest. Went to high school in upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've been all over the United States.
Mm-hmm. So you for many years, and for how long were you in oil and gas?
I was actually in the chemical process equipment business with a company that is now Flowserve, which is headquartered in Irving. I was there with them for 24 years.
Yeah.
And then I worked for a company that did mining construction equipment, actually did blades for jet engines and did some other stuff as well. I was with them for a few years. And then I was in Houston for a while selling equipment, mostly valves, big valves going into the oil and gas business.
So you've done a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
And here you are. Listen, I want to break this to you easy, but from where you were to where you are now is worlds apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I made it, I was one of those casualties of age, if you will. About 6 years ago, asked not to return to work, and I said, now what do I do?
Right.
And I'd done some exploration on one other franchise, and didn't like what I saw, and then I did some Googling of franchise businesses and saw the Human Bean. And one of the concepts that I like about it is it's a double-sided drive-through.
Yeah.
We don't have any speaker boxes, and you talk to our baristas, so you get recommendations directly from them. Yeah. So it's kind of in the same vein as you will as far as the chemical process equipment. It's still sales. Yeah. A little different animal, but it's still very similar to what I was doing. And it's running my own business. As you might imagine, that's kind of the fun part.
I'll tell you a funny story, though. When I first started going to Human Bean, and by the way, we're talking about the one on 3040.
Yes.
Right next to Taco Bell.
Right.
Right next to QT. So, but when I first started going there, I treated it as a normal drive-through where you order here and you go and pick it up here. So, being the idiot that I am, I ordered and I would drive around to pick it up. And one day, and I did that several times, and one day the sweetest girl, she said, "Sir, you can stay at the same window that you order at." And I went, oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
Well, we get all kinds of things because we have people that will sit there at our menu board and they're waiting for somebody to say, "Can I help you?" And there's nothing. We had to put a sign up that says, "We like talking to you, come up to the window."
Bill, it's a really great product. And I tell you, I don't know, I get stuck on the same thing. That's just where I'm at. But I always order the snowy mocha.
Yep.
That is my favorite coffee.
That's one of the Human Bean specialty drinks. They're known for their snowy, and then the Mexi Mocha is the other one. And we put a little slant on it. We have what's called a Mexi Blanco, which is kind of the snowy powder mixed with the Mexi powders. So, and that's kind of a twist. That's a Lewisville special.
Yeah, yeah. So you brought me some, and these guys think they're going to get some, but they may be wrong. So this one right here, let's move that. Everybody knows that. Okay, let's line them up here. This is from the Human Bean. Hold on a second. Let me get them out here. This one is going to be mine because I can tell that's snowy mocha. But that one looks awfully good right there.
That's a strawberry banana smoothie, and the last one is a mango smoothie.
Okay, so that is
the Mexi Mocha.
And that is your own twist.
Right. Well, no, this is a Mexi, and this is a cinnamon mocha.
Okay.
This is a snowy, which is a white chocolate mocha, which you know very well.
Yeah.
What we do is on the Mexi Blanco that we have, we actually combine the two together.
Lord, that's good. I'm telling you, that is so. That's my go-to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But. I brought a couple of the smoothies because a lot of people think we're just coffee.
Yeah.
And we've got, we were just talking about cold brew, and we've got smoothies, and we've got an assortment of teas as well, mostly hot tea. We also have a black tea and a mint green tea that we serve. So, I have a shelf that's dedicated to all our syrups, and we can probably do about 200,000 different drinks. Anything you can think about, we can make. You can dream it up. We do energy infused drinks, which you can do a blue raspberry with a watermelon, for instance, which is a really good combination.
Trey, where are you? Trey, if that's a big if you had the option of getting one of these, which one would it be?
Honestly, you're kind of singing praises for that smoky one right there.
Well, you're not getting that one. Yeah. All right, so you don't want any three of these?
What about the one on the right?
This one right here?
This is a Mexi Mocha. This is cinnamon.
All right, come over here and get it. I'm not going to bring it to you. There you go.
Wow, thank you.
Rich, which one you want, strawberry or banana?
Mango.
Mango.
He disappeared.
Is he not in here? Oh, he's out? All right, well, he don't get any. That's the way that rolls out right there.
Like, this is Mexi Mocha?
That's a Mexi Mocha.
This is really good.
Bill, did you know anything about the coffee business?
No, not at all. And I've been learning as I go. We've been opening it for about 3 years, and kind of opened at the end of COVID. So I've been learning on the fly and kind of, understanding coffee. I drank coffee before, but never, putting the combinations together. So, it comes down to my staff. I've got a great staff. The Human Bean is actually trained, my manager. And also we brought some experienced baristas over that, they're wonderful people, and they handle pressure like it's fantastic.
The hospitality, and as you know, in our industry, in the restaurant industry, it's hard to get good hospitality. It's hard to get good customer service these days, and if you have it, you're just rare. But the staff that you have at Human Bean, now, hey, if you'd have been in here a while ago, you'd have been drinking something really nice, but since you were out doing your own thing, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, so here's the deal. This is mango, and this is strawberry. Which one you want?
Either one sounds fantastic.
Okay.
Which one do you like?
I'm getting this one. The one with the straw.
Then I'll do the mango.
All right, there you go.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
But the staff that you have, I've been doing the restaurant industry for a long time, so I don't gauge where I'm at off of one experience. I just don't. Everybody's got a good day. Most people have bad days.
Absolutely.
But I gauge it off of going time and time again. When I go to the human being, every time I go, the hospitality is the same. It's always good.
Yeah, one of the things that we hire is we're looking for friendly people that are outgoing and like to talk to people. You know, as I said, you know, we don't have the mechanized microphone, speaker box, and all that kind of stuff. So that one-to-one interaction is very important to us, and we train people to, for instance, the window doesn't close. We want to make sure there's contact with the customer all the time. You will have people that go make drinks, and then somebody comes in behind them just to talk to the people.
I've had that happen.
When I'm there, I love to get the interaction. Sometimes with my staff is like, there's people waiting for, you know, behind you, but I think it's important to get to know people.
It is, and like I said, it's rare. But you know, we live in such a complicated world today, and there's so many issues and so many problems out there. Sometimes people, they just need somebody to smile at them and say something nice.
That is absolutely true. You know, one of my mantras is sip the brew, pop the bean, and have a good day.
Yeah.
You know, it's important because people are starting their day off at our location. You know, you're getting out of bed, you're taking a shower, you're going to work or whatever, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, you know, it's important for us to.
Well, that's the normal person. Me, it might be 3 or 4 times a day for me. If I'm passing over that way, I'm probably going to stop.
I have a customer that 10 o'clock in the morning, he comes in for a drink and he gets a chocolate croissant every day, and then he'll come back in the afternoon and get another drink. I see him there twice a day.
It's one of those addicted things. I don't know what human being does with their syrups or whatever, but you put crack in it?
No.
It's addicting. At least it is to me. So when you're looking at franchises, what caused you to go with Human Being instead of a Starbucks?
Oh, first of all, it was the concept, the double-sided drive-through. I was very intrigued by that. I love the idea of not, you know, trying to get people through a line. You know, the reason why I started this was because I live very close to a Starbucks, and there was 15, 20 cars in line waiting. You know, you'd be there for 15, 20 minutes waiting to get a drink, and you know, the addictive nature of coffee, you're waiting and you're waiting. So that was the one thing. I actually flew up to Medford, Oregon. Medford is the headquarters for the Human Being. Met Dan Hawkins, who's the CEO and president and one of the co-owners. It's he and his wife, and then another couple that started the Human Being. Went up, met them, met the people. They're wonderful people. They're very hospitable. And I said, this is the right thing. There's also a financial side of things as well. The Human Being does not charge a royalty, which is very unusual.
That's rare.
So you know, there's other people that are charging 6% royalty right off the top. And then I pay a 1% marketing fee royalty per month, which was new. It was part of the contract, but it had not started until probably I was in business for 6 months. So, you know, they're not taking off the top. Now, that being said, I also order all of my supplies through their network, and I'm sure they're getting something back for that. But it's a great you know, way to do business. They're not in your pocket all the time. I love the drinks. You know, when we were sitting there talking, and they said, well, we figured that we could probably make 200,000 different types of drinks with everything we have, you know, from the syrups and all that kind of thing. They're very good about coming out with new drinks, new concepts, new ideas. You know, there's new things out there. Right now, they're test marketing a boba tea. It's not in Texas yet, but it's being test marketed up in the Pacific Northwest.
Did you make the right choice?
Did I make the? Yeah, I think so. Now, is it the right thing to do for this time? Where I am in my life. It's a lot of work, as you probably can imagine. Trying to control, or not control, but keep on top of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
We had you get supply chain issues all the time. We had that. Where to get things, and learning where to get alternatives to everything. So it's been good and it's been bad, but
that's kind of become just the nature of our industry, though. I mean, in the last few years, the supply issue, and groceries are so volatile right now and expensive, and it's I tell you, to try to squeeze margin these days, it takes talent.
Yeah, and I held off on price increases until I couldn't take it anymore, and I had to do it, and I'm still getting more as we speak, and I have not passed anything along to the customer, and it's tough.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you'll get a Google review saying, "Oh, it's so expensive," and it's like, well,
I say, have you bought groceries lately?
Well, and I do a comparison to who my competition is, and they're charging about the same price as what we are.
Sure. Used to, and I've been in the food business a long time, but I used to break down my menu and break down my pricing about every quarter. See where my margins are, make sure that they were intact. These days, Bill, every week. Every week I break it down to see where my margins are.
Yeah, luckily, with the human being my supplier, I don't see a lot of fluctuations because they've got corporate deals with everybody.
Right.
One of our big expenses is dairy, and the dairy prices have kind of settled down a little bit.
Right.
So that's good. So it's a challenge. In going back to oil and gas and all of that, you had the same issues.
Right.
So you're looking at the same types of things as well.
No, just different scale.
Yeah.
Bill, how many stores currently does Human Being have?
There's 300.
300.
Mostly in the Pacific Northwest and the Western United States. They've got a smattering in Georgia. There's a few in the Carolinas, and then Ohio, West Virginia. They're starting to branch out a lot. They brought a guy that was with Wendy's, their chief operating officer, Scott Anderson, and his mantra is to get the expansions going, and they're looking all the time for expansion. The biggest problem here in Texas is real estate.
Yeah.
The prices of real estate have gone up.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for a half an acre piece of property, so is Taco Bell and so is McDonald's, and
Sure.
They're all looking for the same piece of property, and everybody knows that's there.
So the Human Being, they only go into freestanding?
Yes, they have a couple of different concepts. They just opened one in New Jersey, which doesn't have a drive-through in it. It's all sit down. First one. They've got a restaurant concept up in the Portland area. Nice location, the whole bit. My district manager actually has, I think she's got 5 up in the Portland area, and then she manages the Texas region. And she said, I want to drive through. I don't want the restaurant concept. So, they're trying different things and new things. An end cap, for instance, in Lexington, Kentucky, they just opened up an end cap, which was a former bank, and they're always looking for something new and different to do.
Is this the only store for you, or do you have goals of expanding?
This is the only store right now. I've thought about it. My contractor actually does more than just building buildings, and we've looked in different areas with them to see if we can figure out something. It's a struggle. It's a struggle trying to figure out geographically how far away you can go, because I'm at the store almost every day, and we're open 7 days a week. So delivering, cups and
Ain't
all that kind of
retirement
stuff.
grand.
Yeah, I turned 60. I turned 66 on Sunday. So
How many times has your wife said, "Are you out of your mind"?
she hasn't. Yeah, she. I think if I went to look for another location, she goes, "Are you out of your mind?" That would be the out of mind question. Her question to me is if I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what she's thinking? She's thinking, if you weren't doing this, you'd be at home a lot more, and I don't want that. You took her to Vegas last weekend, and did you have fun?
Yeah, we did. From a personal side, and I'm going to digress a little bit. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in January, so it's been a tough, 10 months for her. And I will tell you this, that October the 20th, we have the human being as a total entity donates 100% of their sales to breast cancer awareness.
Oh, no kidding.
So
that's amazing.
I would love to see cars wrapped around my building October the 20th
We'll push
for that.
That's amazing. I'll be one of them.
Yeah, we have 4 give backs. The last one was food bank, and we donate to the Heart of the City, and then we do one for Earth Day, and then there's a men's health thing in June. I think that's probably the weakest one we have for some reason.
Yeah.
People don't think about men's health.
Yeah.
But
that's
donate.
Amazing. Yeah. I'll be there. You guys going to be there in October, wrapped around the building? I'll be there. I'm going to be one of them. What's the meaning of the bean on top of the cup?
It was something to.
That's a chocolate covered espresso bean.
It's a chocolate covered espresso bean. It's kind of one of those conversation pieces. What can we do to create something that it says it's something different than everybody else? Put the bean on top of the cup, and it's like, what is this? Chocolate covered espresso beans. We have people that actually come by and they'll buy 4 ounces, 8 ounces of just the espresso beans. So it's really kind of a neat gimmick, if you will.
Bill, your mission statement is to inspire authentic human connections with a bean on top. A lot of times people throw out, they just throw it out there. To the Human Being Corporation, all the way to Oregon, how important is human connections for them?
Oh, it's huge, all the way around. They're always touting, and it's not just the customer connection, but it's the barista connection as well. It's the people connection, everything. It's the community connection. One of the things that when I started my business was, make money, number one. Connect with the community was the second thing, and give back to the community. And the third thing was to mentor the kids that come through, and they're kids. I mean, you're going to find 20-year-olds and kind of help them, get on their careers. I mean, I have one of my first hires just left a couple months ago, and she was at TWU when she started. Got a degree in psychology, and she came to me and she goes, "I'm going to leave. I got a job in my field." And I'm like, "Congratulations! This is great, wonderful." And trying to help other people go through. We just had a girl leave on Sunday. She actually started in the store in Laramie, Wyoming. Came down here and she worked for us for 2 months, and she got a job in her field, which is environmental sciences. And she goes, "Can I work weekends?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sure." She goes, "Coffee's my jam." She really wanted to continue to work.
Yeah. In that particular, well, first of all, how did you end up in Lewisville?
As far as my store is concerned, piece of property. The property was.
Well, did you live here?
I live in Flower Mound.
Okay.
Lived in Flower Mound since 2001. I've been in Texas since 1997. And you know, I was looking everywhere for pieces of property. It took me 18 months, and all of a sudden this piece of property that was sitting there just kind of came up and said, "What about this?" And I'm like, "That's 3 miles away from my home. I mean, this is perfect. This is great. You know, I can get hands-on all the time," and it was economically feasible.
Bill, we're going to have to get out of here. I sure appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
You're an inspiration. You're good for our community. You've got a great business going. Kudos to you for opening at the tail end of a global pandemic and sustaining through it.
Same to you.
Same to me. And sustaining. But I appreciate you. The community appreciates you. And we wish you all the luck in the world. And I'll still be there just about every morning.
Thank you.
Rich, take us out, buddy.